What's up, everybody? It's JT Sports back to you guys with another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the impact players for the New England Patriots going into the 2019 NFL season. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I upload NFL videos daily. Also, make sure to hit the bell icon so you're always notified when I upload a new video. So, the New England Patriots, their impact players going into the 2019 seasons, they are the defending Super Bowl champions. They lost Gronkowski to retirement. They lost Trey Flowers, who was their best pass rusher on their roster last year. But now, in my opinion, I think they are a better team now, despite losing those key guys. We know Gronkowski, one of the greats, one of the greatest tight ends of all time, in my opinion. Probably the best tight end in the NFL for a couple of years now. Then you lost Trey Flowers, who was their best pass rusher. So you think for a team to lose two of their key guys, two of their best guys on both sides of the ball, that they would be a worse team. But actually, the New England Patriots to me are a better team than what they were last season, and that all starts with quarterback Tom Brady. Tom Brady, the dude's like 120 years old, still putting up good numbers, good stats. He was selected to the Pro Bowl last year, but of course he didn't participate because he was too busy winning championships. And then this guy also passed for 4,355 passing yards with 29 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and completed 65.8% of his passes. Tom terrific, still being terrific, still getting the job done, still winning championships. And I'm expecting him to have the same production that he had from last year. And the next guy that we have on this list is wide receiver NKEAL Harry, who was the New England Patriots' first pick in the first round of this year's past NFL draft. NKEAL Harry is a very big and physical wide receiver, very fast, runs good routes, and he has high expectations going into the season because the New England Patriots, they have Tom Brady and Josh McDaniels. They're going to find ways to get this guy the ball. A lot of people have him in that discussion for Offensive Rookie of the Year to win that award. And I think he's going to have a pretty good season. He's going to be playing with Julian Edelman and Demaryius Thomas. And this, to me, is potentially the best wide receiving core the New England Patriots have had in a couple of years now. They also have guys like Philip Dorsett also, and then Josh Gordon, when he gets reinstated or if he returns, he'll also make that offense a lot more better. So the New England Patriots receiving group is looking very, very good as of right now. The next guy that I have on this list, another wide receiver, Julian Edelman, still very consistent for the New England Patriots. Last season, he had 850 receiving yards, also had 74 receptions with 6 touchdowns. Tom Brady's number one guy as of right now, since Gronkowski is no longer on the roster. Think he's going to put up those similar numbers. Just a reliable guy, especially on third down, man. Tom Brady is always looking towards. He's always making those big plays. I'm expecting Julian Edelman to put up the same numbers that he did last season, and he's still going to be a very good player for the New England Patriots offense going into this season. At a running back position, I have halfback SONY MICHEL. Last year, he had a very good rookie year, had 931 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns, 4.5 yards per carry. I had him on my fantasy football team, and he was very good until he got injured. And the running back position is a question, not because of how bad it is, because it's not bad at all. The reason why I consider it a question is because we don't know who's going to be the starting running back out of that group because they have a bunch of talented guys. In my opinion, I think one of those guys or two of those guys might get traded. They have Sonny Michelle, they have Rex Burkhead, they have James White, they have Damian Harris, who they drafted. So they're very loaded at the halfback position. But I'm expecting Sonny Michelle to be the main guy coming out of that backfield. I think he's the most talented guy, in my opinion, even though he's not as good as a pass catcher as Rex Burkhead and James White are. I think he's probably the best runner of the group. He runs very hard, hits the holes very hard, and he gets a lot of yards after contact. And plus, his New England Patriots offensive line is very good as well. So I think he's going to be the starting running back coming into the season. I think he's going to have the bulk of the carries, and I think he's going to have a very good season as well for the New England Patriots. The last offensive player that I have on this list for the New England Patriots is tight end Benjamin Watson. Now, Benjamin Watson last season for the New Orleans Saints had 400 receiving yards, 35 touchdowns, or 35 receptions, excuse me, and 2 touchdowns. And this was a guy who I thought was going to retire. He's semi-retired, but I guess he changed his mind, decided to come play for the New England Patriots, the team that drafted him a not even a few seasons ago, a very, very long time ago. And I think he's going to have a pretty solid season. I think he's going to be better than what a lot of people think that he's going to be. A lot of people think just because he's old, he's like in his mid 30s. I believe he's like 35 or 34, somewhere along that line. Still think he's going to be very, very productive. Think he's going to put up a little bit better stats, not very, very better, but a little bit better. I think he'll probably have about 500 receiving yards, probably have about 40 receptions. And I think he's going to be mainly a big part of when the New England Patriots get into the red zone. I think he's going to have a lot of touchdowns there. I think he'll probably have about 5 touchdowns this year. So he's not Rock Gronkowski. He's not even thinking close to Rock Gronkowski, but he gives you some sustainability at that tight end position, some productivity at that tight end position, because that tight end position looked very, very and before they ended up picking him up. So I think he's going to have a very good season for the New England Patriots this year. Now on that New England Patriots defense, the best part of their defense was their secondary. To me, they had one of the best secondaries in all of football. It all started out with cornerback STEPHON Gilmore, who was an All-Pro last year. He also went to the Pro Bowl, was selected to the Pro Bowl, but he didn't play because, of course, he was winning a championship. Last season, he had a phenomenal season, had 45 tackles, 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery. This guy was outstanding. He was a lockdown corner. To me, last season, he was the best cornerback in the NFL. I'm not saying he is right now. I'm just saying he was the best cornerback, in my opinion, in the NFL last season. And that's a very hard thing to do because it's a lot of good cornerbacks in the NFL. But I think last season he was the best cornerback. And also, this guy, he didn't have a good season the year prior, and so this was a bounce back year for him. I'm expecting him to repeat the same production that he had last year. He might not be an all pro, but I still think he's going to be a good cornerback. He's going to be one of the better cornerbacks in the NFL this season, and I have him on this list. The next guy that I have on this list is Devin McCourty. Now, Devin McCourty had a very good season. He had 82 tackles, 1 interception, 4 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries. So he had a very good year last season, and I think he's going to continue to have a big part of that New England Patriots back end of that secondary. Very good tackler, very good in coverage, just an overall balanced player, does everything well. And I think he's going to be a very good player for the New England Patriots defense this season as well. Now, also on this list, I have his brother, Jason McCourty, who was in his first year as the New England Patriots, who got picked up for the Cleveland Browns, also played for the Tennessee Titans for a long time. And Jason McCourty had one of his best seasons that he has had in a while. According to Pro Football Focus, he was the third best safety or cornerback, excuse me, in the NFL, had 70 tackles, 1 interception, 10 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble. So people talk about Stephon Gilmore, but this guy was very good as well. As I said, one of his best seasons that he has had in a while. And I think he's going to continue that despite getting up there in age. He's still going to be a very good piece of that New England Patriots defense. And that's it for my impact players for the New England Patriots going into the 2019 NFL season. Let me know some guys who should have been on this list, some guys that I missed. And your thoughts on the New England Patriots coming into this season? How good are they? What would be their record or whatnot? Would they make it to the playoffs? All that good stuff. Make sure to like the video and subscribe for more videos. And thanks for watching.